I'm reading a book called The Power of Habit. And I think that's where I've started doing things a little different because I'm looking for cue, routine, reward, right? That's what the book kind of talks about over and over again. Charles Duhigg. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. But it's actually a really good book.
Whenever you got close to whatever the said goal is, something always comes up. And it's usually good.
Right.
To distract you from said goal. Hey everybody.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, it's Gerard.
Sarah.
And today, what are we? What are we talking about?
We were pretty much just talking about, systems, goals. Which one is better, or is it really both?
Right.
So these are the fun things we talk about.
I know, right? Because we talk about like
these are the fun things that we have heated discussions on.
Because we talk about goals, right? And you want to talk
always
about
talking about goals. Our kids are always talking about goals. Plans, goals, interchangeable. But what it really comes down to is your systems. I guess you could say both, because you need to have the goal, right? You need to have the aspiration where you want to be, the inspiration, and then
I like that.
In order to get there, there has to be systems in place to get there. So I would say both. What would you say?
I say systems. Well, goal, because here's the thing: you might have the wrong goal, right? Or the goal, like, okay, I'll give you an example, right?
Okay.
So I had the goal that I wanted to become. Let me think about it. So yeah, I had a goal that I wanted to be a principal broker of a firm. And then I got there and I was like, I don't really want to do this. I don't think it's because I thought that was the goal. The goal was, oh, here we go. I had a goal that I wanted to get my real estate license.
Okay.
That wasn't my goal. My goal was I wanted a career and job that awarded me the flexibility to do what I wanted to do, to basically have a flexible schedule to be there for the family and to help you with your business and all that kind of stuff. That was the goal. But it ended up turning into, I ended up getting a real estate license and then my goal got frayed. And the next thing I know, I'm over here. Right. So that's why I don't like 5-year plans.
Right.
Like, I mean, for your business, you need to have 5-year growth models. But like for myself, like I don't like to have a 5-year plan because I could be living in Italy in 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the system, in my opinion, is more important because you can take the system anywhere, right? So the system is going to work in your business today. If you take it to the next business, you know what? Like right now, you're creating a system for yourself, and I see it, right? You get up and you have like a certain. What do you have underneath your arm every morning? Every morning, what do you do?
I take my journal downstairs and my water and go outside and read.
Yeah. But
I mean, those are for a certain goal. So how do you make systems work if you don't know what your goal is?
Well, you know that you want to, whatever that system is, is working. It ain't bad what you're doing.
It's a routine.
It's a routine. It's a system. Routine, system, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same. And what happens is whenever you get close to your goal, like this is what I always found. Whenever you got close to whatever said goal is, something always comes up. And it's usually good.
Right.
Right? To distract you from said goal. So I was riding around and this guy, right, he was delivering packages, FedEx driver. He's dropping off packages at the house. I'm like, yeah, man, what's up? Hey, man, you're always outside. I'm like, man, I'm usually home during the day and, working from home or whatever. And he's like, well, man, I want to get my real estate license and I want to be, he wanted to work in cybersecurity, like as a consultant. And I was like, hey man, here's what's going to happen. As soon as you get close to getting to that spot, they're going to give you a promotion or they're going to give you a raise because they're going to know that you're trying to do something else and they're going to do something to lure you back in and you're going to forget about your passion.
I think you had that same conversation with that person that we met at the dealership the other day.
We're at a car dealership yesterday.
And it's someone you had ran into before.
Matter of fact, I'm looking at his card right now.
You. Yep.
Hey man, what's up? He didn't call my name. He was going to say it wrong probably, but it's okay. But he basically was like, man, I'm trying to get into commercial real estate. But every time I get ready to get my license, This dude was a car broker sells cars. And he's like, every time I get ready to get my license, a big sale comes up and then I got to stop what I'm doing and go do it because it gets distracting from what he's supposed to be doing.
Or what he wants to
or
do.
what he really wants to do. So the same thing happens with me is when I try to get in here and we try to do this because this is what we want to do, an opportunity comes up at work or this property that we're trying to, so which is, you got to follow that, but you got to get back to your thing, right?
Yep. And I mean, like for me, I guess when working with opening up my second building, you know, there was just all these things that came along before it was actually open. And there were a few obstacles as well, not all just positive things trying to pull me away. But I guess that's how you know when you're getting close to really getting that breakthrough and getting to where you need to be, right?
Yeah, as soon as things start getting tough, like today, right? Today got real. We learned something today.
Yep.
And I'm usually pretty good at this stuff, and I think I didn't make a mistake, but I overlooked something.
Something big.
I mean, but either way, we were still stuck, right? We were still in the situation, but I overlooked something. I misinterpreted something, and I was, but you know,
and then I'm sitting here going up. Well, throwing my hands up. I guess I can't do it.
No.
And he's like, okay. So we go downstairs, get in the office, you know, get on the dry erase board. We have markers, different colors, and we're like, okay, you know, row A, row B. Pros, cons. What do we need to do? What are the steps, right?
Yeah, and then let's just hash it out because there's a way out of everything, and then that's
what he always says. I don't see that right away, but I'm glad that you do.
There's a way out of not a way out. There's a way to
still get what you want,
still get what you need or what you want,
that goal,
and still meet the goal. So I was like, okay, this is a problem, but it would have been a problem anyway. I'm glad we learned it now, opposed to me trying to pull the rug out for what I was going to do, and maybe I said too much to him, right? But and then they hung up. They're like, haha, they got me. Oh, you didn't get me? No, we're gonna come back. We got this. And yeah, because I didn't screw nothing up, but I overlooked something. And but you know what? I think we have a way forward, a path forward to do it, right?
Yep. And I think that's what is so hard for people as far as systems and goals, or utilizing both to get to where you want to be. Because a lot of times, you know, it's kind of like an empty space, right? We can go into a home and Gerard can envision everything. Like he knows what it's all going to look like. We moved down here to Tennessee from Maryland
10 years ago.
And you know, we were looking at a home with a basement. And he could just see where everything was going to go. And I'm just really not like that. So I have to kind of systematically set myself up, this step, this step, this step. But whereas he can just envision the whole thing without having to do that. So I do like your thought process and how that goes.
Well, I mean, that's not how I think about it. I mean, it really is just, I just want to do something. It's just, this is what we're going to do. Right. And then what I've learned to in my time is that, like I said, there's a way that you can envision to make it the way you need it to be. But that goes back to, for me to say, is like every couple of years, like, so my goal, so I always try to set my goals or my vision for something that is like not tied to the current situation I'm in. You know what I'm saying? So like even right now, right? So like my goal is to, like, again, it all leads to what do I want to be? What is the end result?
Right. And
the end result was like, you know, we went down there, looked at the house, and we knew that we needed the X amount of space, and it's the same thing. I stopped making goals where I want to be promoted to the vice president of this or the vice president of that. Because then when you get there, what are you going to do? And
you might not really be happy with where you're at.
You're not going to be happy where you're at.
So is that really the ultimate goal?
It's not. It's just like I said, like everybody wants to make a whole bunch of money, right? So here's the thing. I have never taken a job for more money. You hear what I just said? I've never taken a job for more money. I've taken jobs for less money.
That's actually very true.
Every time because it didn't align with my goals. So like first off, like, bro, my first job, I was managing a video store. I left that job, right, for a job that paid less money, unloading trucks, but they offered tuition reimbursement. So I used that, right?
Go to school.
Yeah, went to school. Then I left that job because I was tired of doing it. It took a 50% pay cut, 50%, like 100%. That was like a lot. Took a huge pay cut to take that job. But I saw that there was opportunity to do other things. So the goal was
within 3 months you were promoted again?
Yeah, right back. But I didn't go in there wanting it. It just that's what happened. I got promoted right back to where I was. So then I quit that job to make a job for no money, zero. I was unemployed every day. Selling real estate, unemployed, right? But it awarded me the freedom, right? So I never took a job for more money because I stopped focusing on the goal of climbing my way. What is it? Climb my way all the way up to middle management or executive management, and then you get there and you're like, man, this is not where I want to be, right? So I always try to make my goals now system wide. I try to make them broad,
right.
And
so instead of defining yourself as the broker of a firm or what was he? Trying to be a commercial broker.
Yeah, he was trying to be commercial.
Broker, and he's a car salesman, but just really, you're talking about really sitting down with yourself and trying to find what is it that's going to make me happy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a position or working with a certain company, but making a list and putting systems in place, right? I'm reading a book called The Power of Habit, and I think that's where I've started doing things a little different because I'm looking for cue, routine, reward, right? That's what the book kind of talks about over and over again.
Is this right here? Is this right here?
Yeah, that's it right there.
Who wrote this? Okay, go ahead.
Let's see. Charles Duhigg. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. But it's actually a really good book. I'm someone who likes to highlight in my book. So if you're going to read it after me, I'll give it to you. But just know that it's already got a lot of stuff in there.
Good. You already got stuff proofread in it already.
But yeah, so I mean, systems.
Yeah.
Putting systems in place and goals, they work hand in hand, right?
Yeah. So right now, I'm trying to do the same thing. So like I have goals, and right now a lot of the goals are centered around, this family, right? So even with me, I have on here my weekly goals, right? And I look at it. I have my weekly goals on here, and this is kind of like what I go by.
That's such a nice planner.
It is super nice. I like it. I really do. I really do. Going back to pen and paper because you gave me that advice, right? So I wasn't stuck on it. You got to be willing to bend too. But yeah, so like not defining. So like she said. So you were talking about like not getting caught up in like titles and like what you want to be because I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I still don't know what I want to be. Right?
And you know what? Gianna, like speaking of goals, right? You know how like every year at the end of the year, people put together what's the poster called that they put together?
Vision board.
A vision board, right? And they spend all this time on cutting out pretty pictures or printing stuff out, taping it, and really just kind of saying, I'll have a car, I'm going to have a home, I'm going to hit this mark financially. And those goals aren't really, if you don't have any systems in place to meet those goals, then I don't know how happy you're going to be with your vision board by the end of the next year. What do you think?
I mean, you can put like, so the thing is like, you just want to not tied to like material things.
Right. You don't want to have like 3 things that are just super, things that you want, but then you don't have a way to get there with that. You know what I mean? And the vision board is pretty and it's still got those 3 things on it all year long, but then by the end of that year, you really haven't put any systems in place, any habits that are going to help you really get to where you need to be with those goals, right?
Yeah. So then the goals like I have are like, I want to read X amount of days. I want to shoot so many content so many days. I want to work on, real estate for a certain amount of days. I want to work with you on a certain amount of days. So like, those are the things that I want to do. And then so those things will drive what I really want.
Right. And I tend to get overwhelmed because I have what I want to be doing. I have systems that I want to kind of be working on throughout the day. But then I just get all these little things here and there, these little dings that are distractions. And then halfway through the morning, I'm way behind on my list. So I think for me, it's just over planning my day, like putting too many things on my plate that I know I'm not going to be able to finish.
Well, today was like the perfect example. We had all these things planned out, and we didn't get nothing done until later in the day. Nothing.
So just being realistic about your systems too, and the timeline that it's going to take for them. Like when we were moving things around in our house, I was like, oh, it's only going to take 20 minutes to bring all this stuff up to the bonus room and rearrange it.
5 hours.
It's only going to take 2 hours to actually get all the podcast stuff up here and all the wires hooked up and everything rearranged the way it's supposed to be, things on the wall,
2 days,
etc.
Yeah, I mean,
you just really have to be realistic, or maybe not just so disappointed with yourself like I tend to get, but just kind of like, okay, whatever, you have it in your planner, whatever doesn't get done on this day, you just kind of moving it to the next day.
Move it to the next day, and then try to get it done then. But then you don't want to just keep kicking the can down the road. That's what I don't want to do.
Yeah,
is just keep kicking the can down the road. Yeah,
and so with those distractions and things coming up, when you say you're trying to get somewhere, let's say you've got a really big goal. So for me, I wanted to open up, a second location, and that was in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And there were just all these things that were coming up. And thankfully I had an agent on my side that could really kind of help me get through all those obstacles. But it did seem like the closer we were to getting it completed, the more distractions were coming our way.
And that means you're on the right track.
And that's what he said. He said, you know what? This means you're supposed to be doing this.
On the right track. And I heard you on the phone today with the fire marshal. I'm like, here we go again, right? So like it's just like as soon as you feel like the thing where they dangle the carrot and you pull it away, right? So like as soon as if you're getting there, it's just like you're just going to quit. So you either quit or you're going to keep going. And that's where I kind of look at it is like, okay, if it's getting harder, we're probably getting closer to the goal, right?
And a lot of people do tend to quit, because it can get really hard. It can seem like insurmountable. There's nothing you can do about it. But that's why we went down there on that dry erase board and started writing everything down, just looking at it, being able to get a better vision and not getting cluttered with all the distractions.
And I think we got a path forward to get that done, you know? So I think we got a way we can kind of work on that.
Definitely.
So again, all right. So make sure that the goal, systems versus goals, right? So I like systems, but then you got to have milestones and little goals, right? So you got to celebrate the small wins, right? You got to celebrate the small wins. And it's just like sports. Like I tell my kids, forget about the last play, right? Celebrate the win, move on. If it's bad, so cry about it for a second, move on, right? Just
acknowledge it,
deal with it, move on, because you can't do anything about it. If it's a great thing to happen, you can't do anything about it. If something bad, you can't do nothing about it either.
But you can control how long that you kind of sulk or pout about it.
Yeah. So then that's it. You kind of shut it down and keep rolling.
That's true.
So, okay, cool. So you led the way today.
I know. It's something that, was a hot topic for us a few minutes ago. So I'm glad that we kind of walked it through and talked it through on this podcast, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it was good.
So it was good.
Cool. So, and then she's talking about time. So, I mean, like I said, I try to measure the time of the productivity versus not productivity, right? So that way we don't get off track.
What that is.
This is a chess clock.
I had never seen one before.
This is a chess clock. Just like you said, you measure time. You kind of say what I measure productive time versus unproductive time. Right. So then for me, I try to measure how productive I am. And then when I get off task, I press the other side, because a lot of people are going to be upset about this. Like, I have a hard time working from home because I get distracted real easily. And you mean to tell me that, and there's a study out there now talking about like people are making people come back to work, and there's this whole crowd of people saying, oh, this isn't fair, I'm more productive at home. I ain't said a word.
Well, honestly,
because I'm like, yo, man, I am not productive at home.
Gianna was on a school Zoom the other day, and they were pretty much letting that those students know that the workforce is trending back towards jobs in buildings, and that they have to prepare for that and not to be disappointed if they're not going to be able to find a stay-at-home job. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, do we want to talk about this now, or you want to do this on another thing?
we can do it on another thing.
Let's do it on this. Actually, you know what?
Right
you know what? Here's the thing. Tune in next time, because next time we're going to hurt some people's feelings. I think this might be the thing that gets everybody fired up, because we're going to talk about productive at home versus not.
Okay, I just wrote it down.
Right? Being productive, working at home or not in the office, what's productive, what's not productive, and all that. We're going to talk about that next time, so tune in. All right?
Sounds good.
All right, see you guys later.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.